Interesting facts about space that we were not told. What is space? The word space is translated from Greek as order, system, orderliness. In ancient times, this was the name given to the universe. That is, it was about order as opposed to chaos. Now space is everything that exists beyond the Earth's atmosphere. This concept of space assumes its infinity. Scientists conditionally divide the universe into several parts. So spaces: far, interstellar space; intergalactic space; near, near-Earth space; interplanetary space. The Sun is a relatively small star in space. Interesting facts about space and planets. Information about space at school seemed not so interesting to us only because it was presented that way. In fact, the universe is a whole bunch of interesting things. Let's get acquainted with them. Jupiter can accommodate 1,000 planets the size of our Earth. But the Sun is bigger than this giant, although if we compare our main star with other stars in the universe, it will turn out to be incredibly tiny. For example, the star Canis Major is 1,500 times larger than the Sun. One day on Venus lasts 224.7 Earth days, that is, more than 7 months. Venus is also the only planet in the solar system that rotates counterclockwise. You would not be able to walk on Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, or Neptune because they do not have a solid surface. The highest mountain known to man is located on the asteroid Vesta. It is 22 kilometers high. The asteroid Vesta is the second most massive body in the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. On the planet HD 189733b, it constantly rains glass. Space can have neither a center nor an edge because, according to Einstein's theory of relativity, gravity bends all space into an infinite curve. The universe is probably about 15 billion years old, but scientists' estimates vary. 98% of the mass of all objects in the solar system is the mass of the Sun. The duration of a total lunar eclipse is 104 minutes, while a total solar eclipse lasts no more than 7.5 minutes. Researchers have discovered a gas cloud in the constellation Aquila. Astronomers believe that it contains enough alcohol to brew 400 trillion bottles of beer. Planets of the solar system. Unknown facts about Earth. Every minute, the Earth flies 19,300 kilometers. The temperature in the Earth's orbit is plus 4 degrees Celsius. More than 8,000 pieces of space debris revolve around our planet. The distance to the nearest star, after the Sun from us, Proxima Centauri, is 4.24 light-years. Scientists believe that every sixth star has planets similar to Earth. This means that in our galaxy alone there may be about 33 billion planets suitable for life. People always see the same side of the moon. The Earth's gravitational field slows down the rotation of the moon around its axis, so the planet completes its rotation in the same time. In addition, the far side of the moon is more hilly compared to the one that is visible. The International Space Station is the most expensive object in the history of mankind. The ISS has been in Earth orbit since 1998. The cost of creating and maintaining the station in working condition, according to rough estimates by experts, is already approaching or even exceeding $150 billion. The largest meteorite that fell to Earth is the 2.7-meter Hoba. It was discovered in Namibia. The meteorite weighed 60 tons and was 86% iron, making it the largest piece of naturally occurring iron on the planet. If the Earth revolved around the Sun in the opposite direction, the year would be 2 days shorter. Recall that the moon itself does not shine. The glow that we observe at night is the light of the Sun reflected by the Earth satellite. Incredible facts about space. There is silence in space because there is no medium for sound to propagate. Those who like to be silent would certainly like space. Many believe that space is a complete vacuum. But there is at least one atom for every 88 gallons of cosmic matter, but there are no atoms or molecules in a vacuum. A black hole is the brightest object in the entire universe. Inside it, the force of gravity is so great that even light cannot escape from it. It would be logical if we did not see a black hole in the sky at all, but as the hole rotates, in addition to cosmic bodies, it also absorbs gas clouds, which begin to glow. The light from the Sun that we see every day is about 30,000 years old. It was then that the energy that we receive from this celestial body was formed, because photons travel from the sun's core to the surface in exactly 30,000 years. But after being liberated, they need only 8 minutes to reach the Earth. When we look at the most distant visible stars, we see them as they were 14 billion years ago. The light from them flies through space at a speed of 300,000 kilometers/second and reaches us after many billions of years. Interesting facts about astronauts. The first terrestrial creature in space was the dog Laika, who was launched into space on Sputnik 2 in 1957. The dog died on the ship due to lack of air, and the satellite itself burned up in the Earth's atmosphere due to a violation of its orbit. You know very well who was the first to fly into space, but we will still remind you, the first flight was made by the Soviet astronaut Yuri Gagarin. On April 12, 1961, he spent 108 minutes in orbit. With a slight delay, the American Alan Shepard flew into space after him. The first woman in space was Valentina Tereshkova. Her flight lasted more than almost 3 days. However, Tereshkova felt very unwell and had serious health problems. This was one of the reasons why the next flight of a woman into space took place only 19 years later. When Neil Armstrong stepped onto the moon, he said his famous words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." By the way, humans have only ever walked on the surface of the moon once before, on July 20th, 1969. The astronauts brought back a total of 380 kilograms of lunar rock from the moon. In return, they left behind a record with a historical record and their own autographs. The total cost of an astronaut's spacesuit is about $11 million, but 70% of that is the backpack and the control module. American businessman Dennis Tito became the first tourist to visit space. He paid $20 million for the trip in April 2001. Astronauts wear diapers during landing, takeoff, and spacewalks. Spacecraft also have toilets. To get rid of waste in low gravity, astronauts must sit on a device that sucks up waste. Solid waste is dried and dumped into space, while water is stored. By the way, you shouldn't cry in space, because tears and weightlessness don't flow down your cheeks, but remain on the surface of your eyes in the form of balls, which causes unpleasant and painful sensations. In general, it is very easy to move around in weightlessness. Astronauts simply fly inside the space station. But there are also disadvantages. Muscles lose strength, and bones become brittle. The legs suffer the most. In order not to forget how to walk, astronauts take vitamins and do physical education every day. Also, in weightlessness, the distance between the vertebrae increases, and people grow a little. It is generally believed that a person explodes in space without a spacesuit. They say that the pressure with which space will affect the human body will lead to the fact that the body will simply tear apart. In fact, an astronaut without a spacesuit will feel no worse in open space than in ordinary water. The skin will maintain a normal temperature for a long time, and the heart will pump blood as if nothing had happened. The only danger is the lack of oxygen.